Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Battlefront 2015 and is it still worth playing in the thick 26? Okay, in 2026, is it still worth playing 11 years later? Is it 11 or is it 10? Yeah, 11 years later. So we're going to talk about everything from multiplayer to the single player to the graphics. And let's start with multiplayer. Multiplayer. I wasn't able to get any recording of me in a multiplayer match. There are still people who do play this, but we're gonna talk about the game modes it has. The game modes itself, there's a lot. There's like 30 different game modes, and if you get all the DLCs, that adds another like 10. The problem is the player base is dead. There's no one who plays this game multiplayer unless there's like two. You'll find the only matches you'll find is heroes versus villains and Walker Assault. Those are the only two you're gonna find. And is it enjoyable? I guess it can be. You know, it's like Battlefront. You know, if you like Battlefront, it's gonna be enjoyable. I have no way to really give a gauge on how enjoyable it is because I never play the multiplayer. I only really play single player because there's no one in multiplayer. Now let's talk about single player. There's a lot in single player. As you can see in the B-roll I got, there's a lot in single player. There's a lot of game modes. I guess we could say 5 game modes. Five groups. There's skirmish and missions, and in skirmish there's Walker Assault and fighter pilot battle, whatever it is. And the Walker Assault is basically you go up to all the uplink stations, call in Y-wings to blow up the AT-ATs, and if you're the Empire, you gotta stop them from blowing up your AT-ATs. It's pretty simple and can be pretty fun. And then the other one, the fighter, whatever it is, the one where you fly the spaceships and you shoot each other, that one, I mean, it's definitely not as fun as Battlefront 2, but it's also just not very fun in general because I don't know, it's a little janky, and there's only like 4 different choices for ships in total. Like there's only X-wing, A-wing, TIE fighter, TIE interceptor. That's it. And then the missions, there's tutorial levels, there's a speeder one, there's an AT-AT one, there's a bunch of those. They're pretty easy, and they're really just to teach you how to do the one thing you're gonna do that one time. And then battles or something, I think it's called battles, is basically there's the hero ones and regular ones, and it's basically just kill confirmed. But in Star Wars, you kill them, you pick up the points they drop, and the first one to get 100 wins. And then there's survival. I think it's called survival. It's probably my favorite mission of the missions. It's my favorite of the missions. It's basically waves of enemies, and they go from like regular stormtroopers that get like one-shotted to like AT-STs and TIE fighters depending on the map. And there's a bunch of different ones, and it's pretty fun. I don't know if these are in multiplayer. I rarely check the actual multiplayer anything, but it's pretty. So those are really all the game modes, and for single player, is it enjoyable? Personally, I would say it's enjoyable, because I don't really care. Like I just go through and I just want to blast some dudes and fly some TIE fighters into trees or something. Then I kind of want to do that, you know. It's just I would personally say it's enjoyable, but for the average, the average age group of people watching this video is probably a 36-year-old guy who just got off from work and saw this video and went, "Yeah, I want to know how this game's going up now, or holding up now," without actually checking it. So for that age range, no, yeah, it's not enjoyable for you, but for me, who doesn't care about the gameplay itself and more just having fun messing around in Star Wars, as a stormtrooper or as a rebel or whatever. I would say it's enjoyable. If I were to put it out of 10, I'd say it's like a 6 out of 10 on the enjoyable scale. 1 being terrible, 10 being never need to play another game again. I put it at a 6. It's better than, it's enjoyable enough to play for 2 hours straight. But yeah. And then like personally, I would really only play single player because I don't like multiplayer because I suck. So I would just do single player and mess around with my friends, and we would just either kill each other or be on the same team, and just, I don't know, have fun for the 5 hours, just blowing up AT-ATs and blowing up each other, stuff like that. And then alright, so now the graphics. Do the graphics hold up for today, whatever it is, to today's standards? Are they good? You know, whatever. So how good are the graphics? To be honest, it really depends on what you consider good. I would personally say they're pretty good for, maybe they're not 2025, like not 2026, you know, Unreal Engine 5.70 billion, whatever it is. And like, you know, it's like all these like nanite whatever things that they have. I don't know, all these special terms I don't understand. But like, if you said this game came out like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would probably believe you if I didn't know what this game was and I was actually stupid. But the graphics, I would say, are pretty good. The TV I'm using to record this doesn't go up to, isn't capable of showing the actual graphics of this game. It's just not possible. But the laptop that I'm recording this on is capable of showing it. But so anyway, if I were to rate it out of 10, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a 0 because it doesn't suck. I'd say it's like a 7, maybe an 8 if you want to push it to 8. I actually think that the graphics in this game, just in general, kind of look better than the ones in the second game, but that's because the second game more focused on like the gameplay itself rather than how it looked. And also, when you only have 5 maps and 4 guns, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of easy to make them all look good. And do they hold up to today's standards? Probably not. Probably. I mean, that's for you to decide. I'd say yeah.
Deny uplink activation. The rebels have activated the uplink station. We must shut it down.
Deny uplink activation.
Rebel forces have triggered the uplink station. In order to protect our walkers, you must deactivate it. Keep their uplink stations offline. The rebels have taken control of the uplink station. You must shut it down to stop a Y-wing bomber attack.
Do not allow the rebels to continue to call in bomber support.
Y-Wing has targeting lock on our water.
Not to reflect poorly on the Empire.
There's also these giant space battles that happen on like every map. If you look up in the sky, you see like Star Destroyers and other spaceships blowing each other up. And throughout the match, the entire game will like the sky will like slowly change, and some of them will blow up, and it'll be crazy. um, so with all this crazy stuff talking about, we're done with multiplayer, we're done with single player, we're done talking about graphics. Now, to the main topic of the video that I've been pointing to this entire time. Is it still worth playing in the thick 26? In 2026, is it still worth playing? No. It's like, if you don't already have, the game is old, okay? It's 11 years old, right? Regular, like, unless the game is like actually has it. Like, the multiplayer is dead, so there's no reason to play it for multiplayer, because you're going to find one match a day, and only on consoles, because PC version, it's more dead. There's nobody online, because there's way better games to play than this. But, and single player, there's no reason to spend 20 bucks to play this. It's probably more than that, but I bought it twice, so I would know if it was $20 or not. There's no reason to spend $20 on this game just to play single player, because nobody does that at all. No, I don't know a single person who spends $20 on a game just to play single player, other than me, because I bought it because I like this game and I want to play it sometimes. And there's no reason to just buy it for the graphics, because no one does that. Nobody. Do you buy a game just because it looks good? Because if you do, you're kind of wasting your money. Put them all together, I guess, like, it's just not worth playing for the average person. Like, if you haven't bought this game already, don't buy it. So that's a waste. You're gonna play it twice and forget about it. If you do have the game, I'm not gonna tell you to play it, because I don't care. You know, the game, it's fun for me, because I don't really care. I play it because, it was like the first modern game I've ever played, I guess. Like, before I played this game, the only games I played was like NES and like Xbox 3, like old Xbox 360 games, like the ones that looked like someone made it in MS Paint and Microsoft PowerPoint. So that's really it for today's video. There's no, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, I guess. If you didn't, why are you even still watching to this point? And I'll see ya
next time, baby.